All right, y'all, welcome to the video. Today we are doing some fall bass fishing. If you cannot tell behind me, it is super overcast, should be phenomenal, but here's the thing about fall bass fishing. It's a great time of year to catch fish, but it's not guaranteed to be good every day. In fact, yesterday I went out to 5 different spots trying to catch a bass for y'all, trying to get some new spots for the members to check out. And yeah, I caught 0 fish, not a single bite. So I'm back out here. A big storm's gonna roll in, and honestly, about like an hour. I don't have a lot of time to fish, but I figured I need to try it out right here. So let's get fishing, see if we can get a bite, make something happen. I'm just out here to have fun. Weather feels great, and possibly we can get our big one we've been waiting for. Sorry if the wind's a lot, but let's do it. All right, y'all, we're out here. We got the Daiwa Tatula. We got the Strike King Red Eye Shad in a crawfish pattern that has worked out here before recently. And we're just gonna get fishing. Hopefully these bass are on something. Got a topwater rigged up on the spinning rod. I've been out here in the summer when it's got conditions like this, and a topwater popper absolutely destroyed the fish, but I don't know, we've had a weird fall so far. It almost feels like we're stuck in some weird in-between period where the fish aren't like super fired up, but they'll still eat here and there. Haven't seen any shad schooling in this pond. Water's been pretty dirty. It's kind of been a mess. Bass should be out roaming on cloudy days like this though. Okay, we've had the wind blowing down to this corner for a couple days, so maybe it's time for the bass to finally kind of stack up in here. Little white topwater popper, Googan Squad blooper. It's been very good to me in the past. It's been very good to me at this pond in the past. Should be a perfect imitation for a little dying shad on the surface. Okay, let's try the lipless for a bit. Might change it over to a chatterbait. Be able to retrieve it a little slower. Be great if this pond had enough depth for like square bills and stuff like that, because I feel like a lot of times a slower retrieve would draw a lot more bites, but if you're going to keep it out of the grass, you got to retrieve it pretty fast here. Oh, I had one, y'all. Straight up had a fish right there. Okay, on the lipless. Wonder why I didn't get a hold of it. There's a fish. Decent bass. Oh, good bass, y'all. He's coming in. Oh my. Go ahead and pull some drag. Some strong fish out here. There we go. Well, I was thinking about changing that chatterbait, but look at old lipless, huh? Beautiful fish. Very, very nice largie. All right. On the lipless, y'all. Fall bastards, they still want it. They still want it. Let's go. Right there. That red lipless. They want it, y'all. That's awesome. What a fat fish. Classic fall feeder. Thank you, buddy. Beautiful fish. I mean, I'm looking at the colors now. He's built like a torpedo. Let's get him back in the water. Wow, beautiful fish. I'm gonna chunk him back because there's a lot of grass right here. Okay, well, that's out there. And I was really thinking about trying out a chatterbait. And part of me still like, oh man, it could be working. A big one like that would eat it and they'd have more time to look at it and all that nonsense. But I guess I got to keep throwing this for a bit. All right, well, we'll keep throwing it because you don't switch after that. You just don't. Man, they fight so good in here. I can't imagine what a 5 is gonna feel like. Been catching a lot of like 2.5 pounders lately, and man, they've got some battle in them. Still a part of me that's like, hey man, that chatterbait, they'd be really tearing it up. And I'll probably try it at some point, you know. I mean, I go fishing a lot. It's good to experiment, because if I just do the same thing expecting different results all the time, you know, I think that's the definition of insanity. So you got to mix other lures in if you want to find the true like best option there is out there. First fish I got to battle on the Daiwa Tatula, and man, those paddles, they were amazing. Those knobs, man, I didn't slip off or anything. I loved them. Okay, I don't know if y'all caught that on the camera, but like I leaned into Buddy a little hard and I just flung him out the water. Or he jumped afterwards, I don't know. Golly. Okay, I think we're gonna try out the chatterbait, and then we can always switch back to this if I'm not feeling it with that. I'm actually gonna go with a color called Herring in the Slobber Knocker. It's a little more natural, it's not just all white, so I think it'll have enough pop to stand out, but maybe enough like realistic look to trigger a bite. Okay, polymer knot tied tight. Let's get to flinging it. See how it looks. I mean, it looks like a little shad, so not sure what to expect, but I know that I can like drop the rod tip, retrieve it slower, tighten the drag for a big hook set. We'll just see if anything wants to nibble on this. Not sure how important the vibration is today. I mean, I really think the water looks a little dingy, but it is what it is. Good wobble. Much slower retrieve, but still pretty fast from covering ground. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and change this back to the lipless crank just because we had a few bites on the lipless crank. Remember, when you're picking your lures, just let the environment around you, the conditions around you dictate the color and what type of lure. I'm going back and forth between these two because they both give off some thump, some vibration, and the lipless has rattles in it too, because sound is a big factor that you're gonna need to play on today. Sorry, I just saw like shad skipping in the creek. But anyways, you want some sound, some thump, because this water's a little dingy, especially when they're not used to living in water this clarity. This is normally a clearer pond, so I want something that's going to give off a little sound. I'm also leaning towards colors that stand out a little bit more. This one not so much, is a pretty natural, but it still stands out. There's not terrible visibility, but that red color, it just pops a little more. They can see it from further away and come in and grab it. If they're in that aggressive mood, you want something that they can really find, because they'll go a good ways to grab it. A few more casts in this corner, and then we'll probably start moving down the bank. I'm probably not going to fish all up and down these banks because I want to be pretty close to my car for when stuff gets real out here with the storm rolling in. Don't want to have to run a far distance. There's a fish. There we go. There we go. Just took a couple casts in the new spot. Another decent one. That's what we're talking about right there. Oh, man, they are thick. There we go. Unharmed. Bass number 2. Another just healthy fall fish. Eating a crankbait. I mean, that is iconic bass fishing. That's how you expect it to go. He's probably close to 2 pounds. I don't know. Nice fish. I'd take that any day. All right, buddy. There he goes. Great lesson on being observing your surroundings. I'll put it that way. I don't know if I caught it on camera, but right before I caught that fish, I had thrown and I saw one eat on the surface. So after I saw that, I kept making casts in that area, and what do you know? Caught a fish. Didn't even have to be on top water, even though he was feeding on top. They're probably just chasing anything that they can see right now. Getting ready. This storm is getting closer and closer by the second, which means I gotta get back out there. All right, maybe November is the time that the bass are just about to pop off for me. I believe it's what is it? It's November 4th. November 4th, and the Fort Worth bass fishing is it's doing good things at the moment. November rain. Not a song. Look, this is the most action I've had in a week, so I'll probably stay until lightning takes me out of the equation. Okay, this is where I've selected to finish out the day. Woo! Tank. Yeah. Oh. Idiot. Forgot to loosen the drag. Look at that, he bent that hook. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. That's fine, it's fine. I mean, you know, it's just a 6-pounder. Sheesh. God. I knew he wasn't hooked good. It just, you can tell sometimes, and he was not hooked good. I ain't leaving after that. I ain't leaving. Bump something. You just got to keep going after that, guys. You get one hard slap of your lure on the water, get the anger out, and then you got to keep casting, because it could be happening. You know, that's a good sign. You know, I like to obviously catch him, hold him up, get a good picture, and show y'all. But also, I'm like, okay, the pond, the big boys, they will bite, and there are still some more big boys in here. I mean, he was 100% 5+. Golly. Dang. Oh my. Drag Chile? What the heck am I doing? Saw that. Yes, sir. So worried about the drag on that last fish. I loosened it up way too much, and this guy pulled out drag. Ridiculous. All right. Well, the Chesty's dead. We've got not a lot of battery left on this bad boy, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw the pop or something. I know y'all aren't gonna be able to see a blow up, but let's do it. All right, y'all, well, I didn't catch any more fish after that. If you were interested in knowing the location to this spot and many other spots in the DFW area, be sure you check out my channel memberships. I have a membership option called the Pond Hopper's Guide to DFW, and if you become a member and subscribe to that, you will get the location to every fishing video I post. But yeah, guys, fall fishing is kind of heating up. It's been up and down. It's been rough. It's been good. It's been bad. But I think we're about to get a good stretch. We got some cold fronts coming through, some storms coming through that'll actually drop the water temp down. Maybe finally get those fish in a feeding frenzy, and we can really capitalize at it here in Texas. But yeah, I had a blast, even though I lost like probably my biggest fish of the year. Couldn't really tell. He was jumping, but he was big. You know, I look past that. I look at a bite. The pond is healthy. I'm excited. Can't wait to get back out there. Probably throwing a giant swim bait in the next video, so I am pumped. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Those are all ways you can help me out, help the channel grow, and I appreciate everything y'all do to support me. With that being said, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.